Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It's time for our weekly recap of Sistas. This is season 3, episode 3, and it was titled The Gift of Goodbye. Alright, y'all, before I jump into this recap review, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. Alright, y'all, let's just jump into this. This episode was just long for no reason. I swear it was. I was just like, if they don't get to it, and then of course the ending they gonna have until next week. I'm just like, really, Tyler, you could have put that up in this episode, but whatever. What is the mail truck is so loud outside. I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway, it opens up with Zach. He getting that lady's laptop bag. Because remember last week it ended with the lady leaving her laptop bag. I thought she was saying she left it underneath the seat that she was sitting at, but she left it underneath the seat on the plane. So he had to go back on the plane and get the laptop bag or whatever. And he all like, well, I had to stop the plane. I had to pull it. And you know how Zach be, child. So he's telling her how he got the bag and stuff. And then he holding out his hand like, because she like, oh my God, thank you so much. My life was in that bag and stuff. And he was like, oh, okay, but what else is in that bag? And so she just looking like, what? So then she hands him a card. And he was like, well, I ain't asking for no tip. But then she gave him a card. So I thought it was like a business card or something like that. No, child. It was a card that had a tip on some new stock. Some business that's going to announce something and they're gonna be like making money or whatever in the stock market or whatever. So he was like, is this legal? Like, how am I supposed to do this? Like, what am I supposed to do with this or whatever? And she like, well, look, this company, I'm not supposed to really tell you because I can get in trouble for this, but this company is going to be making money in the next 48 hours or whatever, so you need to put money in their stock. So he like, what? I don't, no. So he feeling like, it's a setup, yada, yada, yada. She says, well, here go my card right here. Call me and I'll walk you through it tonight. So he like, all right. But he kind of walking back like it's real skeptical. He getting his little car, his little cart or whatever. Here come Danny popping up, scared the shit out of him. And he was like, why you popping up like that? She was like, why you talking to that old lady? Why you trying to get the cougar's number? Like, what's up with that? He was like, ain't nobody trying to get I was handing her stuff. Like, why are you worried about it? She was like, anything with a crotch, huh? And so then she walks away and whatever. At the bank, we see Jacoby. He questioning Maurice because Maurice going on a break or whatever. And Maurice ends up going to Bree's door trying to ask her for help with Calvin's account, saying like he sent the email and like he needs help. She was like, okay, I'll read the email, but I'm busy. She never opens up the door. So then Maurice goes back to the desk. Jacoby goes over and knocks on Bree's door. And she was like, I'm busy, Maurice. And he was like, it's Jacoby. She was just like, she ain't say nothing. Mind you, the door's still closed. So they just talking through the door. And he like, look, we can be professional. I need help on a work matter or whatever. So he just walks in. She going and is like, I didn't tell you to come in. He was like, look, but I got this work matter or whatever like that. And I'm sorry for last night. I was a little tipsy and stuff. And I'm like, but she called you up wanting some, but she ain't never say she wanted none. But then you popped up all ready to go. And then she got upset because Calvin came over. Because I don't think she would have been upset if Calvin ain't come over or whatever. So he like, well, did you like it or something like that? And she was like, no, I didn't. He was like, you sure? Because you liked it when I was kissing all on you and do like he want to do the most. And she like, look, what did you come in here for? And he was like, well, I got this problem. I don't know what went on or something. I could act professional. Because at first she was trying to kick him out. And he was like, well, we got to work together and I can be professional. So she was like, all right, whatever. Like, are you serious? Like, you really need help with this again? And he like, look, I need help. So then he need help, but he didn't came to class. He ain't got no supplies. Like, you ain't got no pencil. You ain't got no pen. You ain't got no notebook. Like, you ain't got nothing. So she got to hand him the notebook and the pen because he coming there to learn something, but you ain't bring your supplies. But anyway, so she like, well, you can have a seat on the other side professionally, okay? So then she started trying to figure out what the issue was. We see Fatima, she in her office. Gary calls her up. I said, oh, God. So he calling everybody. So he called Fatima up and she like, why are you calling me? I'll transfer you to Miss Barnes. And he like, no. I want to talk to you. So She like, what for? What are you talking about? He was like, well, Andy got this photo shoot this afternoon. Did she tell you about it? She like, no, ain't nothing on the books. What are you talking about? Because she don't trust him. She don't like him. She don't want to talk to him pretty much. So he ends up inviting her to the photo shoot and telling her, like, if Andy brings it up, then what do you say? If she brings it up, then ask the sister or whatever like that. So, so she can come down there to the photo shoot. So I'm like, So this definitely going to be some type of wedding type thing. So she goes into Andy's office after she hangs up on Gary, because he was still talking like, Fatima. I was like, she ain't shit. But anyway, so she goes into Andy's office and she like, okay, you okay? You need anything? You need some coffee, some drink? You fine or what? She was like, yeah, I'm fine. She was like, okay, you sure you don't need nothing? And so she was like, no, I'm fine. But well, I do got this card. If you could call this officer down, so I can come down to the precinct or whatever, and fill out this police report, because I asked him, can I do it over the phone? So she was like, a police report? She was like, yeah, it's just a little incident I had. I said, a little incident? Bitch, you could have died. Like, no little incident. But whatever. She said she had a little incident and she needed to, fill out a police report. So Fatima, of course, worried and stuff like that. And she like, girl, it's okay or whatever. It's no problem, no big deal or whatever. And she was like, oh, okay. She said something. Oh no, Fatima was like, oh, okay, well, I worry about you. How about we go for drinks or something after work, something like that. And she was like, oh no, I got an appointment. And she was like, okay, well, I don't see nothing on the books. So she was like, oh yeah. So Gary, he set up this photo shoot and stuff. She was like, She was like, why you do that look? She was like, cause has he ever done anything like this before? She was like, no. She was like, well, can I talk to Fatima? We work with together, or Fatima, like, I'm your friend? She was like, bitch, just tell me what you. She was like, I don't trust the nigga. Okay. So she like, I don't trust him or whatever. She was like, look, you sound like my friends. And she was like, well, they was being honest with you. She was like, well, I told them too much information and stuff, and now I don't want to be treated like that, or I don't want to be looked at like that no more. So can you stop sounding like my girlfriend? She was like, all right, I will, but just remember what you were saying to them was truth or whatever. So she was like, all right, well, let me come down there with you, because I was a stylist back in the day. She was like, you was a stylist? She was like, yeah, girl, I work at that Congress or something. She was like, check my resume. She was like, yeah, I did check your resume. I ain't believe none of that bullshit that you had on there. She was like, oh, for real? She was like, yeah, girl, but can you go do that? She was like, all right. So Fatima ends up leaving and was just like, I don't trust that nigga at all. We see Calvin. He come in the bank all loud. Maurice, what's going on, Maurice? What's going on? I wanted to pull out my bank account and it said my account is overdrawn or whatever. Maurice was like, yeah, bitch, that's what I was trying to tell you over the phone, but you hung up on me. He was like, I didn't know you was telling the truth. He was like, look, but this is why you came down here or whatever, so Sabrina can get it fixed. He was like, ain't nobody else can do it. No, not if you want it done right away. Like, you gotta know some people or whatever. Just trust me. So he's standing there. So he was like, well, where's she at? Why? And so Maurice was like, she in the office. He was like, with the blinds closed. Oh, she in there with that Jacoby fella or whatever. She in there with old dude. So he was like, I don't know. I just came back from break or whatever. I said, Maurice, here you go starting shit. Unintentionally starting shit. But you starting shit. So he like, Maurice goes over to the door and was like, Bree, it's a customer out here. We need some help or whatever. She was like, look, I'll help you later or something. She said, no, I forgot what she said, or maybe she ain't saying nothing. So then here go Calvin, why is she taking all day to open up the damn door or whatever? So she opened up the door. Behind her, of course, is Jacoby back there. So he like, oh, you knew they was back there? I told you they was back there. I'll kick your ass. He was like, nah, I didn't know they opened the door. So Bree coming out there, she like, what is the problem? Like, what's going on or whatever? And so Calvin like, you ain't telling what was going on. And so Maurice like, yeah, I wrote it in the email. Like, this is his account. He need his account fixed or whatever. So Bree like, well, do you got a police report? And he like, no, I don't have no police report. So she was like, well, I got in trouble last time and I need to go by the protocol. So Calvin, he all in his feelings. Oh, this bullshit. You ain't got to do this. Like, why you ain't file a police report? Like, just file a police report, take it to the bank, have her figure it out and reverse your charges or whatever like that. Or you could have just called the dang on, I ain't never had to fill out no police report for no fraud. If fraud is fraud, like, whatever, child. But at any rate, Bree says she need a police report. So Calvin, like, you full of shit or something like that. He was getting all riled up and stuff. And so Bree was like, look, get a police report and I'll help you later, but you need to go. So she turns around and basically like she over it. Calvin grabs her arm. Jacoby stands in between us, like, don't be grabbing her arm like that. Don't be grabbing her arm like that. And Calvin saying, like, well, what the fuck you gonna do? What you gonna do? At first, before all of that transpired, Calvin had said something smart to Jacoby, and Jacoby was like, look, you lucky I'm at work. And so then fast forward, they all in the, what you fucking gonna do, what you fucking, so Jacoby said something like, you pretty or something, and then I think Calvin pushed him. Yeah, Calvin pushed him, and then Jacoby was like, pop. Why did Calvin spin around like, oh, so out? Y'all, I died. I had to rewind that shit. I said, why he do the whole ballerina shit? And pass out. I said, but y'all trying to convince me this man. Ciao, bye. You cannot. Anyway, Bree screaming at Jacoby that he need to leave, like, you shouldn't have did that, yada, yada, yada. So Jacoby like, well, are you fucking serious? Are you serious, man? Are you firing me? She was like, you are suspended. You need to go. You need to go. So he rushes out of there, whatever. Like, no. At first, Jacoby was like, are you serious? So Maurice was like, you can't hear. She said you need to go, whatever. And so, Jacoby was like about to look like he was about to do something to Maurice. So Maurice was like, just because he screamed like a bitch and fell out don't mean that's gonna be me. Do something. Do something. So then he looked at him and was just like, you know what, I ain't got time for this shit. And then he left or whatever. That's Jacoby left. Calvin still passed out on the goddamn floor. Bree looking at him like, what in the world? What in the world? And Maurice just like, do something. I said, Lord have mercy. We see Fatima. She goes in and tells Andy that she got a client or whatever like that. I guess they wanted to show us that Andy working. Fatima don't like the man because the man was collecting tennis balls for a living and now he getting divorced, but he want the wife to pay, you know, alimony and stuff like that. And Fatima is like, I wish a nigga would. I wish a nigga. Like, it was just all this extra stuff for no reason. Anyway, we see Bree back at the bank. She babying Calvin. Calvin, oh my God, wake up. Wake up. And here go Maurice. Did you hear him scream? Here go Bree. I think we all did. Maurice trying to wake Calvin up by clapping in his face and shit. He's still on the ground. Bree goes to the teller counter or whatever like that. And child, why Calvin pop up like, oh, we, I swear I'm gonna beat his ass. I was like, boy, if you don't stop playing with me, no one believes you. No one. Okay. So Maurice like, just simmer down. It's gonna be okay. He was like, oh, we all this stuff. He all with this attitude with Bree, because Bree came over there and she was like, well, here go your folder or whatever. He was like, thank you. That's all you had to do the first time or whatever. So he got all this attitude with Bree again. But you ain't have all that attitude with Jacoby. Oh, okay. Anyway, so she like, look, you got to go. You got to go. So he finally snatches his stuff and leaves. So in the interim, Bree had reversed his charges. I said, Bree, you really did all of that for nothing, because if you was going to reverse his charges anyway, would you felt bad because he got knocked out on the floor? So you was just like, let me go on and reverse his charges. I don't want him to be embarrassed anymore. But if you could have did that when he got knocked out, you could have did that before without a police report. Girl. So her and Maurice start talking or whatever after Calvin leave, and Maurice like, girl, you sure do know how to bring the drama. You had two men fighting over you or whatever. And she was like, you know what, Maurice, look, I ain't got time for this. I'm over it, yada yada yada. And she like, Maurice, did you do this on purpose? He was like, yeah, I did this on purpose because I'm the one who screwed Calvin with a vibrator, and I'm the one who had another guy over there that I work with in my bed, in my house, screwing in the refrigerator. So yeah, I did all this on purpose. I brought them together in the bank so they can fight. Yep, I did it all on purpose. She was just like, So then she went back to her office. I said, girl, it ain't nothing but you, because you need to be getting over Calvin, and you shouldn't have brought nobody. You that you work with, that you gotta see every day, girl. No. So we see we back at the office with Andy and stuff like that. She sees her client and he going through it because he think that he not gonna win the case and he don't have no money to pay his rent and yada yada yada. She reassures him and tells him, look, don't be showing up to my office, okay? I got this taken care of. If you need anything, if I need anything, I will call you or whatever. So he was like, all right. So he leave. Fatima come in there with the breakfast sandwich and she like, I done brought this man a breakfast cake and some coffee, and then he leaving or whatever. I had to call somebody downstairs to get it. So she was just like, girl, I'll eat it. So Andy starts eating, and she looked up, and she was like, oh, what the hell is that? So Fatima like, oh, my God. Zach then came up to the job child to talk to Fatima. Andy like, you need to take care of that. So she goes over there to Zach and it's like, why is you here? Like, this is my job. This is my place of business. Like, this is real unprofessional. Like, you don't do this. This is disrespectful. And he was like, but I wanted to talk to you, whatever. And I've been calling you all day and you ain't been answering your phone. She was like, yeah, on purpose. So he was like, well, can we go somewhere private? She takes him back to the break room. He looked like he was trying to go in for a hug or a kiss or something like that. And she blocked him and was like, why is you here? He was like, well, if you pick up your phone when I call you, you would know or whatever. I've been thinking about you all day. And she was like, oh, okay, but like, I'm done. Like, I'm good off you. So like, why are you calling me up? Why are you doing all this and stuff like that? He said he been thinking about her. He basically want to get back into that good graces. Okay. And he was like, well, after all we had, I said, all y'all had, y'all was just together for 2 days. Like, the fuck? But she was like, all we had, no, all you had with your ex. Like, we ain't had nothing. He was like, yeah, I understand that. Like, you an independent woman, you strong, you don't need nobody. And apparently Karen ain't need nobody neither. But you make me feel like a better person. Like, you make me, what do you say? You made me feel like I could rise up, that I can meet you at your worth, and I just don't want to lose that or whatever. So, and she like, look, I gotta go. Like, I gotta go. You gotta go. Like, I gotta go back to work. Like, Andy is my boss. Like, we can't be doing this. He was like, all right, well, I'm gonna stop by your house later on tonight. She was like, no, like, why are you doing it? He was like, look, I'm gonna stop by your house later on tonight. So Zach, he is in love. He claimed he not. But this is moves that somebody in love would make, okay? Because you ain't making this and you just didn't like. I mean, she might got that snapper, so maybe never mind. But anyway, he like, well, can I give you a kiss? Can I touch on your booty? She like, no. So then she said she gonna think about him stopping by. We already know she gonna let him come over and then come in. But anyway, she back in Andy's office, and Andy was like, well, what the hell was that all about? She was like, same old bullshit or whatever. So then Andy put her on game and was telling her, like, look, I am loyal to my friends, but I like Zach. I've always liked Zach, and that's all I'm gonna tell you. That's all. So Fatima was like, all right, I got it or whatever. So she said she liked Zach, but he wasn't right for Karen because she thought that Karen could do better or whatever. So I was like, well, what did you like about Zach? Like, can you elaborate? Like, what did you like about Zach that you didn't like for him? Like, you didn't like him for your girl, but you liked him. Like, what did you like about him? Like, what was it? Tell the classroom there, Andy, because I'm curious. But anyway, we see Calvin and Maurice. So I guess everybody off work or whatever like that, because at the end when she was talking to Fatima, they was like, all right, well, let's head to this photo shoot. So I guess it's the end of the day. So Maurice and Calvin, they at home, they talking and stuff, and Maurice keep making it known that Calvin got knocked the fuck out and that he pretty much need to leave Bree and leave it alone. Calvin said, okay, he going, leave Bree alone, because he said he's single again, he back on the prowl, he thought it was perfect, he don't know how. But anyway, so he said he done with Bree. We'll see. And then of course Maurice had to throw in that he wanted Calvin, and he wanted Calvin to be butt naked in his bed doing Bronco style and stuff like that. I said, just stop, Maurice, please, just stop. So then we see Andy, child. So Andy looked real pretty in this pretty wedding gown and this little thingy popper on the side of her head. It wasn't a veil, but it was like a, what's them things called? What is it called? Y'all know what it's called. Put it in the comments. But it was real cute. And the dress fit her real perfect. Like, and the man was just snapping. Fatima coming in. She like, oh my God, you look so pretty, girl. Oh my God, the pictures are so beautiful. So she like, oh my God, for real. So then the guy get a phone call. So he tells he tells Andy to, take a break and look at the pictures and stuff like that. So they kind of talking or whatever. Child, the girls pop up. And before the girls popped up, Andy said that she was going to ask the man could she buy the dress because it fit her and she wanted to buy the dress for her wedding or whatever. So I said, girl, little do you know. But anyway, the girls show up and so they looking like, what is this? And they like, oh, you look pretty, girl, you look pretty. And Andy like, what y'all doing here? Oh my God, how'd y'all know? She think Fatima done told them. She like, I ain't telling them nothing. And so Danny, like, Gary told me, and I don't understand why he thinking I'm his genie and I just pop up or whatever. So then at the same time they talking, the guy comes in and he's like, oh my God, who is these beautiful ladies? Oh, y'all will look perfect. Did y'all see the bridesmaid gowns back there? I'm like, no, sir, you see they in the front. But whatever. He tell them to go try on the little bridesmaid dresses. And they like, He said he wanted the campaign to pop. They like, He was like, I'll pay you $500. Here go Danny. Where's the dresses at? Shit, that'd have been my ass. Which one is mine? What size did you You just want me to try on the dress? I got you, fam. No problem. So Danny like, well, we going in the back. She wanted her money or whatever. So Danny goes back there and then she like, well, what the hell is going on? They all acting like they don't know. Karen like, should we be doing this? It's Gary. And so then Danny like, yeah, we should because I'm about my money. Don't mess with my money. We getting this $500. Where's my size at? So she goes get her size. Bree, she get her size. Karen and Fatima standing there. It's kind of awkward. And so then Fatima was like, well, here go your size right here. So she was like, well, how you know my size? She was like, well, I used to work in retail. So you would about a 2 or 4 or 2. Okay, well, here you go right here. She was like, So then Fatima was just like, well, I just want to, she was like, don't. And so Karen walks to the back. I said, Lord, Karen, you got a whole attitude with Fatima and your attitude should be with Zach. Why you got attitude? And then again, your attitude shouldn't even be with Zach because y'all wasn't together. So why you mad? Like, I just don't understand it. Then we see Zach. He ends up going to the lady who lost her luggage bag. He goes to her hotel, child. Long story short, they going back and forth about the stock. Her husband finna divorce her and he owns the stock or owns the business that's going to make the stock and it's going to be hitting big in a couple days or whatever. The husband about to take all her money. She wants Zach to invest in the stock and make money. He says he only has $1,000 in his savings. She like, well, if you put that in there, you'll make 10,000 by in 48 hours or whatever. And he was like, because he looking around like this must be a setup or something like that. And so she like, well, if you put in 50K, 50K, I got 50K over here in this bag. If you put that in there, then I'll make 500K. But what you got to do is put it in small money orders or whatever, and then deposit them and stuff. I said, this sound like some whole scam. Like this sound like one of them scams you be getting. In the email, be like, if you send me $1,000 money order, I'll send you 5,000. That's exactly what it sounded like. But he was like, no, ma'am, no, this is some illegal shit, and I'm not trying to get involved in it. And there's a lot of people looking like me in jail, and you not finna get me old white lady who says she 53 years old. We not doing this. So he ends up backing out the hotel room, screaming like, I ain't take no money. I ain't never been here. I don't know what you talking about. Because she worried that he going, tell people what happened and stuff. And he like, I wasn't even here, ma'am. I don't even know you. I'm getting up out of here. I ain't taking no money and stuff because he think it's a setup. I'm like, this is a whole bunch of foolishness, okay? Anyway, the girls look real cute in their little bridesmaid dresses and stuff. And Danny like, look, I want my $500 after the shoot is over. And he like, So then he telling them, look sexy, prop your leg out. And then mind you, it was a guy standing next to Andy. So he was like the groom or whatever. And then there was another guy standing behind Andy. So they taking the photos and stuff. Gary comes in and the photographer like, all right, pay attention to me over here, ladies. Pay attention to me over here. So then he finishes. And so Gary comes up and was like, oh my God, baby, you look so beautiful. Oh God, you just look so beautiful. Yeah, she was like, oh my God, Gary, what are you doing here? Oh my God. So he's like, all right, man, you can go now. And so she's like, oh my God, baby, you gonna mess up the photo shoot? You gonna mess? I said, Andy, to be a lawyer, you kind of gotta be kind of smart. She don't be acting smart. She don't be acting smart at all, child. But anyway, he like, look, I invited all your friends here. to tell you that I love you and I don't want to live life without you and I need you in my life. And this is a proposal so we can spend our life together. This is a real minister back here. And, you know, I'm ready to just get married to you right here and right now. And so the girl's looking like, the fuck? And Andy like, and he like, just tell me yeah, baby. Just tell me yeah. And then it went off. I said, are you serious? So we waited all this time for you to give us like a little snippet. Oh, Tyler Perry gets on my nerves, but I'm going to be back for next week. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode down there. Y'all think she going to marry him? I wouldn't. Like, I mean, it's cute and dandy and stuff like that, but where her mama at? Like, oh, and speaking of mamas, child, who was it? Was it KT or one of y'all said it down there in the comments that Gary mama was dead because what's the crazy chick name? Jasmine had put the damn ashes in his gas tank. I had forgot all about that, y'all. So Tyler Perry ain't staying with the script child. The mama dead. So where was the baby at? Where was the baby? And what is going on with this child? Like, he ain't even got his child at the wedding. He ain't got none of his family members at the wedding. And if his mama had she resurrected and stuff like that, why she ain't at the wedding? Like, it just don't make no sense. Something going on. And he rushing this marriage for some reason. Something's going on. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Why y'all think he rushing this wedding down there in them comments? Is it something? I think it might be something illegal. Cause, you know, the spouse can't usually testify against the other spouse. I watch too much crime TV. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all feel like in them comments down below. If y'all are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. And again, if you ended up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.